Okay, good afternoon, everyone. First off, thank you for joining us today. I apologize we had a little technical difficulty issue in the beginning, so I apologize. We're a couple minutes late. Bill Levinson, managing partner with Levinson and Associates, and with me today we have Joseph Alakran, our marketing vice president here at Levinson. And then we have a special guest speaker. Christy is joining us as well. You're going to hear from her in a few more minutes. She is our resident critical illness expert. So great stuff to come as always. Now, there's a few neat things going on here. As always, I feel like if we're not creating something new or innovating or creating a new website or a way to drive traffic, whatever it is, then we're simply falling behind. So if you know me or you've seen me, let's say on social media or marketing on Insurance Newsnet, whatever it is, you know we're always out there trying to push the envelope, if you will. So real quick, what I want to do is just give you the quick overview and talk about what today's training is about. If you're a life insurance agent, financial advisor, if you're in the P&C space, health insurance space, if you're focused even on real estate or mortgages, whatever the case is, there is a need for critical illness in every part of the insurance industry, in my opinion. Heart attack, cancer, stroke, we all know it happens to friends, family members. I think the latest statistic is like 1 out of 3 in a lifetime. So it's mind-boggling to me. And now we have some great products to choose from and some awesome platforms that they are available on. So you're going to hear all about, we have a straight up guaranteed issue product. So no matter what the health is, you're approved. We have an instant decision product all the way up to $500,000 age 70, which is unheard of, okay? Just out, brand new. You're one of the first to get a sneak peek, and it's available today, I believe, in 12 states and more to come. And then you're going to hear about a direct-to-consumer product that will be available on the Sell While You Sleep platform, okay? And also, by the way, that instant decision product, the one that goes to 500,000, will hopefully soon be joining us on the Sell While You Sleep platform as well. So the $100,000 one is already on the platform. The $500,000 one is in the works right now. So hopefully we can announce that launch or grand opening in the very near future. But yeah, so we're very excited about this because we feel like we have something for everyone in the CI space, okay? And like I said, no matter if you're in the Medicare, Medicaid, standalone health insurance or group space, financial advisor, whatever the case is, we have a product for everyone. Commissions are great, renewals are great, anywhere from guaranteed issue, instant decision, now all the way up to $500,000. So we have a little bit for everyone, and I've said that 3 times, and I'm going to say it again at the end because I think it's so important. I don't care, blue collar, white collar, whatever the case is, you need to bring this up because it's being sold now to your clients, just not from you. So great stuff to come. What's new at Levinson? So like I said earlier, we're always pushing the envelope, and you know, I feel like if there's something new out there that can help our agents or we can train them to be a little bit wiser or teach them about a new strategy or product, we want to be the first ones to do so. On the left side there, we were the first IMO ever in the insurance space to bring Gary Vaynerchuk, okay, into a full 1-hour podcast interview to talk all about marketing on social media platforms relative to insurance agents. First time and only time it's ever been done. In fact, Insurance Newsnet featured us in the centerfold 2-page spread, and that's a picture of me and Gary on the left side there. That article is also on our website if you haven't seen it yet. We'll also email it out to everybody on the call. But, you know, it doesn't matter if you're 17 or 84. And by the way, we have agents in both of those age groups. So this article is relative to everyone. And the reason why is because if we're not marketing out there on social media in driving traffic and branding, then we're falling behind. So it is so, so important. Okay, we dive into marketing online and marketing in today's new world. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think. I think it's a great, great read. It's also available on the podcast channel, so you can listen to it as well. The middle section there, number 2, is the Bill Levinson Experience podcast, launched in January of this year. I believe we already have number 10 episodes up today. The last episode was a top MDRT agent of ours, and this guy simply crushes it, okay? Very young guy in his low 30s. He literally does not leave his house. 99% of his sales are done on the phone. His average case is like 10 to 15,000 of annual premium. So he's got a great story to tell. We dive into some secrets, tips, tricks, some insurance insight, everything that he's learned. Just an overall great interview. It's an hour and 10 minutes. Again, this is free for all Levinson agents. But also in that library is the Gary V podcast as well, where he talks about marketing online. It's neat because when you hear Emmanuel's story, okay, and that was the podcast we launched last week, it ties in so perfectly to the Gary V podcast and Gary's message, because Emmanuel talks about, how important it is to use social media and how that works to his benefit when he's talking to a new client and maybe they're in another state and they have no idea who he is and they've obviously never met him face to face. You have to build that credibility and branding, and they want to know and see who they're dealing with and who they're sharing their, social security information with, or their date of birth or driver's license. So all of this stuff adds up to the same outcome, and that's building and branding online. You have to think about a storefront, in mid-80s, let's say, or the 90s. Everybody's so focused on the best storefront location, and you had to be, smack in the middle of University Drive and have the biggest sign on top of the roof or whatever it was. It's the same mindset, but for your website or for your social media pages. You're going to, let's say this particular client in another state wants to look you up and know that you're credible. The first thing they're going to do, and I don't care what age they are, is they're going to Google you, and your website's going to come up, your social media pages are going to come up, and everything has to look great and professional and spelled correctly. And if you have some great reviews or testimonials, even better. Okay, that's your McDonald's in the middle of University Drive. You have to think like that. And Emmanuel's story, okay, is perfect because what he's doing is exactly what Gary V preaches, and obviously it's working. He's one of our top agents in the country right now. So great story. Everybody should listen in. I don't care what level you're at today in the insurance world. If you're brand new or a veteran, everybody can take away some great nuggets. Take a look, take a listen. It's available on your iPhone, on your Android phone, on Spotify, on YouTube, through our website. There's no excuse to not listen in. And please give me a review too. If you give me a review, take a screenshot of it, and I'll send you one of our free IUL prospecting books. Right side, okay, again, staying ahead of the curve, and I don't want to toot our own horn, but that's simply what we're doing here at Levinson. We just built the IUL Experience website. And if you want to check this out, www.iulexperience.com. This is a website that is geared towards a life insurance agent selling an indexed universal life product. Everything that you need to know at your fingertips, including software, lead programs, prospecting books, all of the top carriers and products that are available today, marketing pieces, client videos, agent videos, our scholarship program, which comes free with some of these IUL products. Everything is here just for you. We even put together the first ever annual IUL Masterclass here in South Florida, where we bring in two of the top IUL experts in the world, in my opinion, okay? And they're not related to an insurance carrier or product. So everything that they're going to teach, okay, is generic and not related to one carrier. I like that because, you kind of feel that, yes, let's say Allianz, one of our IUL carriers, they have a great story to tell, great products, great caps, everything's wonderful. But at the end of the day, they're pushing their own product. So this story that you're going to hear all about at our IUL Masterclass is not related to one product. It's related to the concept of retirement planning with indexed universal life products. So you're going to walk away with some great information. It will change your business, literally, okay? And the average size IUL is around $7,000 to $10,000 of annual target premium. So these aren't small $20 a month cases, but very important. Try to make that August 23rd. We even pay for you to be there, okay? If you write the premium, we will comp everything for you. It's a whole day of IUL training. On the bottom, the long-anticipated Sell While You Sleep platform finally coming to the surface, launching within a week now. We have 3 carriers, over 10 products, all direct to consumer, okay? These are free websites. You get your own site. You can add your picture, your own contact info. So everything is branded and marketed from you. You get paid full commission, renewals. We have critical illness. We have term life insurance. We have cancer, supplemental health products, guaranteed issue, DI, CI, accident death benefit products. Everything that you can think of right now, okay? Plus, we have 2 other carriers that are coming on board. So more to come. You'll see press releases about Sell While You Sleep. The retail-facing website is called InsureMeNowDirect.com. This is a game changer. Think Amazon for insurance. We're going to have more on this. I don't want to hold up everyone today because we're going to focus today on this new critical illness product, Instant Decision to $500,000, and we're going to talk a little bit about the guaranteed issue product. We're going to also talk about a couple other things. In fact, I'm not even going to bring it up now. I'll wait for our main presenter to finish up, and then I'll dive into that after she's done. So without further ado, I want to jump in real quick. This is a sneak peek that most people have not seen. This is the Insure Me Now Direct or Sell While You Sleep platform that your clients will see when they log into your site, okay? They're going to see this platform, picture, products, everything that you're looking at right now, okay? But obviously it'll be coded to you. It'll say life, critical illness, disability, accident, senior. You can package products. You can price them side by side. If your client says, well, I want this $10,000 guaranteed issue critical illness plan, they click price it out. It'll show premium. They'll click apply now. They get instantly approved because it's guaranteed issue. Policy sent directly to the consumer within a week. You get paid full comp. You are done. Move on to the next sale. And what's so neat about this is, yes, it's great to drive traffic through your social media pages, through, let's say, your website, if you want to send out e-blasts to your book of business, all of that is great. But even if you're sitting with a client this afternoon and you're talking about, IUL or a term product and, whatever the case is, and then you bring up critical illness or DI or, whichever supplemental product you want to talk about, or even term life, you pull out your laptop or your cell phone, okay? You literally run the quote for them, or they can do it from their phone, and they hit sign up now and they're done. So yes, they can do it on their own, but you can also turn your screen around. They can do it right in front of you and you can do it with them. So whatever the case is, everything is 100% client driven. And like I said, we have 3 carriers now, 2 more are in the works, and I promise you more to come. Think Amazon for insurance. And finally, after years and years, this came to fruition, and I couldn't be any more excited. You're going to hear and read about this everywhere. We have an awesome marketing plan, and this is just the beginning. So great, great stuff to come. Okay, let's move forward here real quick. Critical illness options, and these are just a few that we handpicked, some of our top products. The first one at the top, and what today's webinar is all about, is Assurity Life's brand new CI product. up to $500,000. So all the way up to age 70. We also have Mutual of Omaha to age 89. Okay, express underwriting to 50,000, fully underwritten to 100. Washington National, as you can see on the bottom left corner, up to 70,000, issued to age 85. Okay, without the ROP rider. On the top right, part of our Sell While You Sleep platform, SureBridge, up to 50,000 to age 90. Okay, that's huge. Guaranteed issue ages are 0 to 63. Most guaranteed issue starts at age 40. No, not our product. So great stuff here, as you can see. Remember, as I said 3 times earlier, we have a little bit for everyone. That's exactly why I refer to that, okay? Because what you're seeing in front of you relates to every single type of client that you have. And there's lots of money to be made here. So I would not let this go by, because like I said earlier also, your clients are buying this, and if you're not bringing it up, it's not from you, obviously. So why not take advantage and just know enough to be dangerous? And what we did, okay, so you can be up to speed with everything, is we have a little spreadsheet. If you go to our website and you click on critical illness, everything's at your fingertips. The main product up to $500,000 that we're talking about today is with Assurity Life. And by the way, we are in the works with adding Assurity in this product to our Sell While You Sleep platform. So that's coming in the very near future. We can't wait. We're very excited. Assurity's been a great partner of ours for a long time. They have a great name in the industry. So as you can imagine, we can't wait for this. But it is available right now, folks, even not on the Sell While You Sleep platform. So that's why we wanted to have today's webinar. All of the brochures for client, for agent, everything is on our website where that blue arrow is pointing to. You'll see the drop-down box in front of you. Okay, Joe's going to talk about a great marketing hook, in my opinion, the best marketing hook to drive traffic to critical illness. And that's a free value add where you can look like a superstar to your clients. Joe, you want to take it from here?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So really the scholarship platform is a huge differentiator for agents. We have some awesome marketing materials available on the website. In today's thank you email, you will receive all those links and materials and videos so you can kind of take a look. But it's a great way to not only offer your clients an awesome CI product, but also kind of an added benefit to be able to give clients up to 25% off the cost of college tuition at now over 400 colleges and universities throughout the country. The best part is we cover the entire cost of the platform. Your client doesn't pay anything extra. You as an agent pay absolutely nothing. It's just part of being a Levinson agent. So we've got some flyers, some brochures. We even have some email marketing templates and social media campaigns you can use to not just promote critical illness as a great product, but also promote the scholarship platform and really generate some new sales, some new opportunities. And Assurity is a great company for that. So just a couple resources here. We've got the Professor 101 series on becoming a scholarship expert, also really your guide to the entire scholarship platform. But this is a completely plug and play turnkey sales platform focused around critical illness and the scholarship platform. So awesome resources, again, 100% free for all Levinson agents. Just a great way to set yourself apart from the agent and bring something new to the table, which I think is always important, especially when it comes to insurance products. We have to breathe some new life into our marketing efforts, and that's part of what the scholarship platform was designed for. So I'll make sure everyone receives all that material, and you can start marketing both the Assurity CI product and the scholarship platform as early as this afternoon.
And Joe, real quick, I know we had a little typo there, but I want to make it very clear to everyone. The guaranteed issue CI product, it goes up to what age, just so everyone is clear?
Yep, let me just check the sheet here. The guaranteed issue critical illness product, that one actually goes, let me just pull up the sheet here.
Okay, I know it's a $10,000 benefit.
63.
And okay, so issue ages all the way to 63. So just so everybody, 0 to 6, which is awesome. That is awesome. So ages 0 to 63, up to $10,000 of a critical illness benefit, straight up guaranteed issue. You can sell it today, and by next week, that will be on our direct-to-consumer Sell While You Sleep platform. So we have the guaranteed issue to $10,000. We have the instant decision to 100,000, both on the direct-to-consumer Sell While You Sleep platform, okay? Then we have the Assurity product, which goes to 500,000, not yet on the Sell While You Sleep platform, but you can start selling it today. And everything that Christy's going to talk about right now comes with the free scholarship program as well. So without further ado, I want to introduce our friend Christy Majorian from Assurity Life. Christy, you there?
I am here. Thank you, Bill.
Yep. No
and
problem.
Thank you, everyone, for taking some time out of your afternoon to join us today. I appreciate you wanting to learn more about Assurity's critical illness and hear about all the great things that are going on at Levinson and Associates. Truly great to see those types of things happening in this industry. So kind of as Joe mentioned at the beginning, I hope you have a lot of questions about what I'm about to go over, and I really encourage you to write all those down. We can go over through some of those at the end, but then also encourage you to reach out to your team at Levinson or Doug and myself, which I'll give that information towards the end of this presentation as well. But first, I want, for those of you who aren't familiar with Assurity, I wanted to just give you a quick overview of the company. So we're based in Lincoln, Nebraska, so right in the smack middle of the country. We have been around for 128 years. Actually, we'll celebrate 129 this next month. And we're a mutual insurance company. So what that means for you, we're owned by our policyholders, formed for their collective and mutual benefits. So we're really dedicated to the long-term goals and strategies that benefit the policyholders and also our community. And I always like to point out this lovely building you see on the screen. We moved into this building in 2011. So I want you to think about, just to kind of show you that strength of Assurity as a mutual company, when we were digging ground for this building, that's back when we had the financial crisis going on, of the early 2000s. So we're very strong financially and going to be here for many, many, many more years. So I know from everything that Bill talked about, you really are ready to hear the details of our product. But first, I wanted to give you a little insight as to why we felt it was a good time to make some changes to our previous critical illness products. But also, if you're not currently selling critical illness and offering that to your clients, I wanted to give you a little information and insight as to why that might be something you want to start to think about now. So this is a poll results from back in 2018. Gallup ran this in regards to long-term financial challenges that Americans were concerned with based on their current financial situations. So where we are today, because we know something could happen to us tomorrow or 10 years from now, but we don't know when that will be or if that'll happen. So most of the people that listed on this had at least one of these financial worries, while 50% of the people surveyed harbored 3 or more of these worries. So as you kind of look at that list, it all kind of comes back to things come up, life happens. Now, while we have those financial worries, it is very hard for Americans to save money. This is another survey done earlier this year, only 40% of us have money put away to cover an unexpected expense. Now, that could be anything. Think about a repair to your car, a household expense, an ER visit, it could be many different things. So more than a third of those people said they would need to borrow money, either by using a credit card, a personal loan, or borrow from family or friends. I want you to think about that too. If you have a credit card, you're probably using that for other things already. And it's going to be very hard for you to go to a bank and get a loan saying, depending on the situation, do you have collateral? 14% of people said they would try to reduce their spending to pay. We think about how hard that is right now for you to throw an extra $5 or $20 into your savings account each week. It's a little more difficult than we think. And 10% of people that were surveyed are on that mindset of, I'll figure out something. Well, that can lead your mind in many different directions of what they may try to do, but the whole thing is none of us want to feel like we're ever relying on someone or something. We want to be able, be financially strong ourselves. So while we can't provide an ultimate solve in the world for each situation that could come up and, each different financial expense that you have, what we can do is look to offer the critical illness as a solid solution that can have an impact and add a layer of comfort for you and your clients. So first, just for those of you too who have not sold a critical illness product before, I'm going to give you just a 30-second spiel on what critical illness is. It is a product that is designed to pay a lump sum benefit on first ever diagnosis of a covered condition. That I would say is a very general definition to every company that offers some type of critical illness plan. Now, each company will have their definition of how that works will vary a little bit, but just to give you an idea, that's what it is. And it's, again, first ever diagnosis. So with our plan, we did keep the framework from our previous critical illness policies, which we still do have available in the states where the new product hasn't been approved, and I'll show you those here in a little bit as well. But what we did is we made adjustments really to enhance the product, and our ultimate goal was to provide a simplicity of one product plan offering comprehensive coverage options. So some of the features that you'll be interested in and see what we have made some adjustments to, the issue age has increased from 64 to 70. So the previous two plans we had before, we only offered coverage to 64. Simplified issue is now available up to 75,000. On the previous product that we had, we only could go up to 50,000 simplified. We've also added 5 new riders to be able to truly customize for a client. And lastly, we've changed how this policy actually pays out. And that, I think, is one of the biggest things with this policy and what makes it something really great that you're definitely going to want to look into. So covered conditions. This list, it looks pretty small. Our previous products, we had one that paid on 12 conditions, and then the fully underwritten paid on 21. Well, we've gone back and we did some surveys of agents. We looked, into the industry and kind of momentum with critical illness or other health type of products, and what we really needed to make sure we included. So with that, we came up with this list of 11 covered conditions. As you'll notice, if you've seen our product before, we no longer have the 3 categories. However, the plan is not something that is one and done. So once benefits have been paid for a condition, as long as the insured does keep the policy in force, they have the ability to receive benefits from any of the other covered conditions on diagnosis. So what this means for you, just to give you an example, if you have a $50,000 policy and you're diagnosed with cancer, once everything gets processed here, we'll pay $50,000. 2 years later, you suffer a heart attack, we'll give you a second payment of $50,000. 10 years later, suffer a stroke, a third payment of $50,000. And that'll just keep going on. If you have the ultimate bad luck and you need it for all 11 of these, it'll pay 11 times. The only caveat we have in there, obviously, is that illnesses must be separated by at least 6 months. Now, the other thing that we did is we kept all the original riders that we had, but as I mentioned, we wanted to add some things to make that a little more customizable for your client and enhance really how this product works. So the ones you see in the blue shade, those are going to be the new riders that we added on. And I'm going to just do a quick overview of those riders so you'll understand the benefits available. So first we have the additional critical illness rider. So this rider will allow you to add 6 additional conditions onto the base policy. Now the great thing is those will pay exactly the same as all riders on the base policy. So go from 11 to 17. Next is our critical accident rider. Many agents that are selling high deductible health plans look to package critical illness and an accident insurance plan to provide supplemental coverage against major health events. So this new rider adds a layer of accident protection against those health events that would result in a hospital stay. Benefits on this will pay anywhere from $2,500 up to $25,000. And that'll just depend on the length of the confinement, the necessity for surgery that is associated with a covered accident. Next rider, and this is one of my favorites, I think, especially for those of you who work with the millennial market. We realize medical inflation really can erode a policy's benefits, and we see that now just as our deductibles continue to go up. So we thought this was a really important need to have. This rider can be added to any policy up to $50,000 and up to ages 60 and below. Now, the way this works, which makes it really unique, is we're going to do an increase of 5% simple interest for 10 years. So that example, if we do have a $50,000 policy, it's going to have an annual increase of $2,500. Now, the great thing about this is that increase is done automatically and the policy premiums do not change. So if you sell a client of yours, let's just say that 25-year-old male who's on your list to call this week, think about how you could do this for him, get that policy in force, and 10 years from now, that value, instead of $50,000, is going to be $75,000. It's a great feature to add on. We have that on other plans, different types of insurance, so it's only time that the critical illness has that as well. Next, we have the loss of independent living rider. This rider can be added for any clients up to age 70, and the great thing with this is a benefit is paid on this, regardless of any benefits paid on the base critical illness policy or other riders. So the client has the opportunity to get 25% of their benefit if they experience, the inability to do 2 or more of their ADLs, and obviously diagnosed by a physician. So it's another great feature to have in there. I think about those clients, you may be selling a long-term care policy. I think this is definitely a good rider that kind of fits in that market as well. So definitely would encourage you, if you are working in that market, to make sure you add this one on for your clients. And the big kahuna, the best and newest rider that we have added on, is a reoccurrence rider. So this rider can be added up for clients up to age 70, so we'll go really high on this one, and benefits paid will match what was paid for on the initial occurrence. So if you have that client who had that cancer diagnosis and their policy was a $50,000 policy, if they have that cancer diagnosis again, we'll match that same $50,000 payout. So once they have used the reoccurrence rider, then that condition does disappear from the policy. So that's one thing I know we had from agent and consumer feedback as something that they felt was a very important part to add onto a policy. So was something that we wanted to make sure that we did offer as a benefit that you can sell. Now what I want to do is just kind of go over you briefly with what that simplified process looks like, just because it will be something you'll see that'll be easy to add on to what you're currently doing, and it's not going to take a lot of that extra time away from you with extra pending requirements and waiting for doctor records, etc. So for any applications that you sell up to $75,000, those are simplified. We do have an e-application available that you can use with your clients. With the e-application, if you do a simplified benefit amount, the policy is set up with knockout questions. So once you are done getting through the application, you will have an answer to give to your client on either they're approved or if it's referred to the home office for an underwriter to take a look at the case. We still do encourage you on those higher amounts to still use the e-application, just because it does save a lot of time in regards to the process and just keeps things on track and eliminates a lot of those extra questions of coming back and verifying information that either we can't read or what was left off the application. So state approvals, our first rollout that we did last month gave us these states. So if any of you do business in these states, and this will all be updated on the SureLink. These states here already do show on a SureLink. But these states here will show up here in just a couple of weeks on a SureLink. Great. So what I want to do now is just run through a few sales ideas. If you know, like I said, if you've either been working in the market, give you a new idea, or if you haven't been, want to give you some ideas of where you could look for a client. So this first case study, think about that emotional hit. You know, we either are this person or we know someone in this person's shoes, you know, having family or friends that are suffering from health problems. And what I really want to think about is how that affects you. If that were you, you know, would you be able to continue your current lifestyle? So this client scenario, Brian, you know, lives with his family. He has a great job. He feels very confident about his family's financial security, stays on top of all the bills, is able to put money away for retirement, you know, owns life insurance that you've already sold to him and his family. But the concerns that he has is both of his parents are struggling with health problems. You know, he's realized he can't take that good health for granted. You know, how would a critical illness impact his family now? You know, if it were something else in addition to his parents, how does that affect his ability to put money away for his retirement? But also, if something were to happen to him personally, how does that affect his entire family? You know, the great thing is by having this policy, it is able to give that extra security of knowing that there's a financial cushion there for you or for your friends or family. And just to give you an idea, looking at that rates there, so 42-year-old male, $50,000 of coverage will be just right under $60 a month. Next sales idea is that stay-at-home parents. So this case study is meant to show the impact on a family if a stay-at-home parent suffers a critical illness. So what I want you to think about is, who's going to take care of the children? Will the spouse that is working have to take time off from work to help? You know, how will they keep those bills paid in addition to new expenses that do pop up? So in this case study, we have a 34-year-old mother of two. They made the decision, you know, to have one of them stay at home to raise their children. So, you know, the couple has adjusted themselves now to a lifestyle with one income and the ins and outs of, you know, their health insurance plan and a raising deductible. So when she, you know, this particular client here, Lauren, visited her mother for a few days, he was able to get a taste of what it would be like to juggle work, home, family, extra activities that go on, and made him really wonder, you know, what would happen if either one of them had a serious illness? You know, what would they do? How could they afford it when they only have one income? So they need a backup plan to help protect their family. So we see with this policy here, a 34-year-old female, $25,000, the cost is going to be under $20 a month. Third case study I want you to think about here is someone you know who is just starting their adult life or someone who is starting over. You know, protecting the base of that new life is going to be very important for growing their future. Thinking about medical bills or thought of needing to take time off from work really can affect that lifestyle and that base they're trying to build. So with this case study, we have Angie, 52-year-old female who's recently divorced. You know, she has just purchased a new condo. She has a great job. She's currently on very solid financial ground. But starting over really has her worried now about the what ifs. You know, being a one-income household, you know, her company may decide to change their health insurance this next year. You know, pairing any of that deductible with current bills, HOA fees, you know, how would she deal with a serious illness? So for this example here, we did a 52-year-old female at $50,000. You see that cost is going to be a little over $77 per month. So one thing we do have available, and I encourage you to take a look at on our website, so our assuredlinks.assuredy.com, you'll have access to all these materials as well, but the quick way you can get a hold of them without logging into anything is going to criticaloutlook.com. You will see some videos out here, as well as copies of case studies, consumer brochures. So we'll have all that out here in the website. And coming soon, I don't have a date on this, but we also will have a Spanish consumer brochure for the critical illness product as well. So now that I've hit on the critical illness, I just wanted to give you guys an update too on just a few other things we have going on here at Assuredy that may be interest to you if critical illness is not your forte. So first, kind of goes alongside with the critical illness is that need to protect your income. So we recently just increased our non-medical limits for our personal disability plan up to $4,000 a month. So I want you to think about any clients you have, where that income protection is something you've been looking into. Definitely would check us out for that. Non-medical underwriting is going to be great, and not needing income documentation. So the only thing we look for is, the client has to be working full time, which we consider to be over 30 hours per week. We do have 4 different products in a disability portfolio. So we have one a little bit more simplified application, accept or reject. We have a graded benefit, which covers clients that may have a few of those health conditions, such as, say, a type 1 diabetic, where they would be eligible for disability. And then we also do have a business overhead plan. And if you do work with any business owners, I definitely would encourage you to check that one out, or give myself or Doug or your team at Levinson a call to go over that. The other thing I wanted to mention is what we have coming here in the future as well. August 1st, we are going to be rolling out a new whole life product, and just wanted to hit on a couple of features there that you'll be seeing, I think, that really make it unique. We are adding on limited pay plans. So with our participating whole life plan, you will have the option to do a full regular life pay, or a 10 pay, a 20 pay, or a to age 65 pay. So just some additional options out there that we've heard back from agents, and we're answering that, giving you guys what you want. We also are changing our accelerated death benefit rider. So it's now going to be a 101G rider. For those of you who aren't familiar with what that is, something I definitely want to have you guys reach out to us, and we can kind of go through that, what it is, so you'll understand that benefits of that product you will now have access to. And then just a few of the other riders will be upgrading, making a little bit better as well. So definitely some great things going on here at Assuredy, and definitely hope that those are things that will be able to help answer some of those holes in your portfolio. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we want to open up for any questions. Here is the contact information for myself and Doug.
Yep. Christy, we actually, we changed the last slide there. So what we can do is anyone with questions can call us. We have a closed line, and then we can get you involved on the call as well if needed. So that's fine. Do you have anything else you want to close with?
That's all I have for today.
Okay, great job. That was perfect, spot on. What we're going to do real quick now, thank you, Christy, very much. We also appreciate your time. We're going to talk about probably the most important part of today's webinar, and any product in general, is how do we find prospects or leads. So what I had Joe do is jump into our CRM tool that everybody has free access to. In fact, you get a free website and CRM tool, absolutely no charge. It's $9.95 a month for hosting, but we pay for the entire platform for you. And there's no contract, there's no nothing. And the Sell While You Sleep plugin will be available right from your free website as well. So, and there's no charge for that at all. In fact, we also take care of the hosting on the Sell While You Sleep platform. So, great stuff. Joe's going to dive in real quick, and then I have a couple of giveaways I'm going to mention when Joe is done, and then we'll close out today's call. Also, keep in mind, Joe, let me just say one thing before I hate to interrupt you. You know, Colorado Bankers was very well known in the critical illness space for a long time. And, you know, they were like the first ones to have that e-application. They even went a direct-to-consumer version that the agents can literally just send to a consumer, and they do everything online. And now, I don't know if you heard, but Colorado Bankers is not around any longer. So we now have, and that was another point of this webinar, is we have some great alternatives. Colorado Bankers was literally a 10-year term with a critical illness rider. After 10 years, the client has nothing. Okay, so these are excellent alternatives. In fact, in my opinion, they destroy what the Colorado Bankers product was. So we have 3 different carriers, 4 options now. Joe's going to show you how to drive traffic, create your own leads, and open doors. Joe, you there?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So what you're looking at in front of you is actually a couple screenshots of our agency automator platform. This is our all-in-one CRM tool that allows you to keep track of all your clients. But the most important part is it has a prospecting database that you can access. There's actually over 28 million individual prospect records and about 6.8 million business records. So the whole idea is now we have some great products, some great expanded issue ages, especially on guaranteed issue products. We can actually go through that database and say to the system, show me people within a 20-mile radius between these ages that maybe have children, own a home, and it will give you their contact information, all their details, and you can actually go inside of your automator platform. I've done a screenshot. Towards the bottom left there, you'll see we have templates specifically for critical illness. Those are highlighted on the right-hand side there. You can pick one of those templates. All of your contact information is automatically included. You can send these out to your clients. They can watch a little video on critical illness, learn more about the product, and actually be redirected to your own very own agent website. They can run quotes, and even with some products that are part of Sell While You Sleep, purchase products directly through your website without any agent involvement. So it's a very easy, simple platform. We do trainings on this every single day throughout the week at 2 p.m. Eastern. You will receive an email today, not only with everything we cover, but also steps on how to get started with your agency automator prospecting database. This is really one of the best, most efficient ways to generate new leads for any product, especially critical illness, and having that online environment is just one more step to be able to show clients how important that product is, and like Bill said, to find the client who's most likely to purchase this product. Real quickly here before we end, I want to jump into some upcoming training events. Like I just mentioned, that agency automator platform, all trainings are at 2 p.m. Eastern. Monday, we dive into some of the great social media platforms. Tuesday, we actually have an agent platform that gives you a website where you can actually host all these products. Clients can learn about who you are and what you do. You can actually generate leads from that website. On Wednesday, we actually focus on how to use your CRM platform. Thursday, using the prospecting tool and recruiting live demo. And then Friday, best practices. That's my favorite webinar of the week. You can actually learn what other agents are doing to be effective inside of their agency automator platform, how they're using their website, the different marketing products. So just great training every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern. And I know Bill mentioned this a couple of times, our live training event, 100% focused on IUL sales. That's our masterclass, 8/23 down here in Boca Raton, Florida. There will be a link in today's email to register for that event. I promise you, if you attend that event, you're going to be a great expert on Index Universal Life. You'll also find some great ways to uncover new prospects and new clients focused around that IUL product and some of the great sales software that we have as well.
Okay, good stuff, Joe. Right to the point. Okay, we saved the best for last. Well, maybe second or third best, but the giveaways are always great. So what we're going to do real quick, we have these magnetic pins that we have agents wear literally every day to the grocery store, to their kids' soccer, football games, volleyball, whatever it is. It says, ask me about free scholarships, and it opens the door for insurance conversation. Period. Okay, what we're going to do, if you're appointed with a surety under us, okay, which also means you're eligible for the scholarship program, no charge for that. So if you're appointed, I'll send you a free pin. If you get appointed now, I'll also send you a free pin. Just let me know, and we'll mail it as soon as we have your agent number. Also, the second giveaway, what we're going to do, if you go onto your iPhone, there's a little icon, a purple icon, it says podcast. You click there. You subscribe to Bill Levinson Experience. That's our podcast, okay? You can leave a little review, take a picture, email it to me. I'll send you your free IUL prospecting book, or we have the top seller book, whichever one you would like. Or if you can't, if you're on, let's say, Spotify, or you have an Android phone, or you listen to our podcast from the Kerry Levinson website, it's all free, by the way. Go on our Facebook page. Just leave me a quick little review, and I will send you whichever book you prefer, okay? On us. We'll take care of shipping and everything. And the only thing I ask is just let me know what you think. With that said, thank you so much for joining us. I know your time is precious. We appreciate you spending it with us. I hope we brought you lots of value. I hope you walked away with at least one sales idea. And remember, critical illness, can you make, 10, 20, 30,000 of commissions on one case? No. Okay, but what it can do is open doors, okay? A lot of people don't want to have the insurance conversation or the life insurance, death benefit, when does it pay? Well, when your spouse passes on. This is an easier conversation, okay? It's a lot easier to open the door to say, hey, if you have heart attack, cancer, stroke, they mail you a check for 50 grand, tax-free, no questions asked. Okay, it opens the door. Then you bring up life insurance and estate planning or whatever the case is. So look at it like that. In my opinion, everybody should have a critical illness policy. If you're a millionaire, blue collar, white collar, making minimum wage, whatever the case is. All right, with that said, we like to end on a positive note. This is our Positive Tuesday quote that is literally on every Tuesday morning on all of our social media pages. Okay, and yes, we know today's Thursday, but these are our weekly positive quotes, and I want to share them with you all today. We'll end with this. It doesn't matter if it's gym life, personal life, or work life. Your struggle always creates your strength. With that said, have a great rest of the week, a good weekend, great selling, and thanks again.